Portland is set to erupt right now. You have thousands of people out here protesting here in the streets of Portland, Oregon. Donald Trump has said this is war ravaged and is sending into the streets of Oregon the federal government, and has said the feds can use full force against Antifa, who is now declared as a terrorist organization. Right now you have thousands of people here on the streets yelling, "Fight back," to the federal government. And here in Portland, Oregon, you have an ICE detention facility center that has been occupied by Antifa and protesters for more than 100 days. And assaults on ICE agents is up 1,000% since Trump took office for his second term. Who knows what will happen here in Portland? We're going to interview some of these protesters, and then we'll be going to that same ICE detention facility center where Antifa has one of their strongholds here in the United States. Antifa is now declared as a terrorist organization. Who knows what will happen? And now let's go hit the streets of Portland, Oregon, and go talk to these protesters of Oregon, chanting, "Troops in Oregon, we say no. Hey, hey, ho, ho." Governor Bash, what's your message to Donald Trump for sending the feds into Portland?
I had a press conference today. There's a statement online.
Well, could you give us one right now?
No, you can fill you in later. Thank you.
Come on, Governor Bash. Is this what democracy looks like? All right, the governor will not give a statement. Now they're chanting, "Whose streets? Our streets." What do you guys think about the feds coming into Portland?
It's wrong. It's completely wrong.
They say this is the stronghold of Antifa here in the United States, Portland, Oregon. Is Antifa a terrorist, do you think?
No, because anti-fascism is an ideology. It's not one thing you can attribute. If anti-fascists are showing up against your administration, what does that say about your admin?
In here, do you think the feds are needed to take down Antifa?
Doesn't look like it to me. I don't know. I'm not a scientist.
Do you think Antifa is a terrorist organization?
I don't think Antifa plays any role in it whatsoever. Where's Antifa? Are they here? I don't know who they are. I'm just a proud American veteran who is fighting fascism. What's happening in our government is wrong. It's anti-American, and any patriotic American should be out here just demonstrating against what's happening.
The largest and most known fascist in world history is Hitler. Where would you rank Trump?
If you look at the first 2 or 3 years of Hitler's rise to power, he did not imprison as many people as Trump has.
So Trump's imprisoned more people than Hitler in his first 2 or 3 years?
Yeah, exactly. To what, 2,000-3,000 people a day? That's far less than were imprisoned during the first 2 years of Hitler in Nazi Germany.
Do you think bringing the feds was necessary here to Portland?
No.
What do you guys think about Antifa, him declaring Antifa as a terrorist organization?
I think it demonstrates that he doesn't know what Antifa is.
Because these people here are anti-fascist, but the idea of Antifa as an organization, is that such a thing?
No, it would be like saying MAGA is a terrorist organization. That MAGA is not an organization in the way that Antifa is not an organization. It's incoherent.
And Trump has said this is war-ravaged Portland. Is this a war-ravaged city?
Show me where the war is. Point to it.
Not war-ravaged during the Black Lives Matters protests either. I was part of a Buddhist group, and we would go out at about 5 o'clock in the evening in Chapman Square, where at night there would be all the stuff going on. We would do peaceful walks. Never a problem. No one bothered us. We would see people setting up for the nighttime stuff, but it was all fine.
If this is war ravaged, like I said, all wars should look like this. This is my fervent prayer.
I look like a domestic terrorist to you. I'm a boomer. I'm a septuagenarian, and Donald Trump thinks I'm a threat to America? What's he smoking? He's a total fascist.
Ma'am, you're moving pretty quick for a boomer. Look at you. You're pulling it and everything.
That's right. Got to move when you have to. You know, I got to sit back for a few years taking it easy, but now is not the time. We have to fight for everything we can get.
Are you part of Antifa?
Oh, yeah, right. Am I against fascism? Hell yeah, but it's not an organization. It's a philosophy. It's an ideology. It's just an excuse, a pretext for the government to find a way to invade our cities.
So you're not a terrorist?
No.
I want to give all the praises and the honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Recha HaKodash, and double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone. Honors as well to you, brethren, you fellow believers of this truth. Shalom to you sisters, shalom to the elect. So it seems as the country is literally falling apart. And I know people hear us say this over and over, but it's like a hanger. You keep bending it back and forth. Any one of you have done that, it gets hot. And then you might stop, and then you start bending it again and doing the same thing, and eventually it snaps. So I want to talk a little bit about this because people are going into this thing with fascism, or whatever they call it. Fascism. A lot of these people are ashamed to admit that they're against the country. Some of them, as you see, swing on the other side of the fence. They had the Black Lives Matter with the rainbow situation. I mean, we see all kinds of weird stuff happening in America. Yeah, Black Lives Matter. So we know that was all a funded, integrated, situation. So anyway, we're going to read some scriptures, and we want to go into what fascism actually is, right? Let's go. Where am I at? I don't even think I have it up. What the heck is fascism? Let me see. I mean, you can go on several sites. They don't fully give you the clear detail of what it is, but I went on Reddit, so I got the idea, but this made it a little more clearer. Even a person is describing it saying it could be wrong. So it's a confused organization that these people claim they're not organized or whatever. And I don't know why they say that if they're all out marching together for the same purpose. And this is the lies of Esau and America. This is how they do. They never tell the truth about what they're actually doing. They always have some different kind of name for it or some excuse, a roundabout way, without just telling you what it is. So I went here, and it's talking about what fascism is a form of authoritarianism, right? Which is like a form of dictatorship. Oh, yeah, it says right here, dictatorship or totalitarian regime, right? Leader with a personality cult, extreme nationalism, and that word nationalism caught my attention, and fear, right? Which nationalism or national nation actually comes from people, right? Extreme nationalism and fear of external enemies who are trying to destroy the nation, right? So what they're saying is Trump, this is why you have something called Homeland Security. Homeland Security is fights anybody who's a threat to the soil. Now, if they didn't have so much guilt from the history, there wouldn't be that kind of fear. But you see, this place was nothing but fascism. It's just that now it's taken from the other so-called white people. Now they're fighting against it. But with us, this has always been the case. Since we came over here in this country, whenever we start trying to prosper, like Rosewood and what's the other place that they burnt up? Tulsa, Oklahoma, and all these various places. We over in Israel right now, Damona, Israel, which I was reading on that. They're buying a power plant. They got to join the military. But nobody has a problem when it comes to us. But now, when it's coming on them, and this is all prophecy, right? 1 Peter 5:8, got to read the scripture. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, talking about you Israelites. Now, I wouldn't be surprised, obviously, some of them are Israelites, they don't know they are. They may even look white. You know what I'm saying? And it says, as a roaring lion walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. So be vigilant means being watchful. Okay? And this is our mindset. And this is why we go out and teach every week. As Ezekiel 3:17 says, Son of man, I made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel, meaning to be vigilant, watchers for the house of Israel. Right? You have that Wi-Fi group call themselves the Watchmen of Israel. So that's what that means, the vigilance. This is where you get the term vigilante. And they don't, a real vigilante was somebody who watched and warned you. Not so much took up arms and fought back. But ultimately, that's what's going to happen when the Lord starts bringing judgment. Okay? So, I'm probably going to read a couple of scriptures. Matthew 24. Now I'm going to go back into some more reading. Matthew 24 and 6. And ye shall hear wars, rumors of wars and rumors of wars, seeing that ye be not troubled, right? For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and this way you get fascism, nationalism of hierarchy people who wants to control the situation. See, this is the same thing with the Civil War, this bankers' war. You had them bring us into slavery. They made fun of us because the way we talk, but obviously we talk like that because Southern whites couldn't talk their damn selves and had third-grade educations. But, they destroyed us, beat us, destroyed us. Then when they took the ability away from us to know our heritage, right, then they sat up there, okay, after they took all that from us, then these other people who funded them, as a lot I can't see in the video, kind of saying, I want y'all to be slaves now. I want our slaves back. We want to control the narrative. And that would be called fascism as well. So what you see is a reincarnation of things being brought back. Now these Edomites, right, they're losing their power. They're losing control. It's all about the NWO at this point, and Trump doesn't care. It doesn't matter who would have got in office would even care. But, one thing I notice is I see all these people, most of them flip to the other side of the fence. So it's like they did a dumb down move, got us all screwed up as a people in general, and then start forcing in their ideologies. That's how it goes. I'm going to read a little bit more. So what I asked, it says, academic Christians, historians do not generally define Christian nationalism as a form of fascism, but they recognize that the two ideologies share some overlapping characteristics. And the reason why I wanted to bring that out, because you have the Klan who came out, the Protestant church. Now, AI will say, no, it's not exactly true. And I've questioned AI quite a few times, and they'll say, well, no, I'm just an AI assistant. We don't deal with racial matters. So that's another way of covering things up. Although being AI is about telling truth and bringing information. But it seems like even through AI, they try to hide information. That's just what it is. Both ideologies can promote authoritarian style government, nativism. So when we go back up here, it says Christian nationalism as a form of fascism, but they recognize that they are two ideologies sharing the same overlapping characteristics. So when they gave us the slave Bible, yeah, that was Christian nationalism, right? When they said that the blacks were cursed black, which is also in the Book of Mormon's 2nd Nephi, the 5th chapter, the Lamanites were cursed black, which represented us. Yeah, but that's what they said then. It's amazing how they try to wipe history away, and now you got these Edomites marching with blue beards and all kind of weirdism going on, fighting against the government that they helped set up, and a government that helped destroy the people. See, none of these people marched, right? Well, they so-called marched for Black Lives Matter. Some of them didn't even know why they marched. Some of these people in this crowd don't even know what fascism is. But they just says Trump is a dictator. Well, you know what? This world is going to come back to dictatorship. You know what I'm saying? Because America, it hasn't worked. Liberty, freedom is what destroys you. This is what happened to Christianity. Freedom, liberty, lack of laws. We don't care about laws. Just follow white Jesus. Anyway, that Charlie Kirk, he was a Christian nationalist. You know what I'm saying? I believe a Mormon. I believe Apostle Tahar did a video saying he was Mormon. So yeah, They all were racist. So the reason why I'm bringing up this video, because what do you think they call us? Let me see, do I have that up? Black Hebrew Israelites are not violent, specific extremists, while most black Hebrew Israelites are not violent. So I don't understand why they still tie all of us in together. Shouldn't they have the groups that they consider violent? But I haven't seen any Hebrew Israelite groups that was violent, at least that was legitimately not agent related. While most black Hebrew Israelites are not violent, specific extremists and anti-Semitic, should be Shemitic, sects of the movement have been linked to terrorist attacks. And I'm trying to figure out what, because the ones they were linked to, come to find out, he had nothing to do with it. This has led counter-extremism organizations to classify certain factions and hate groups. And this is exactly what this system does. They'll create a situation. They'll set up even situations so they can come in, or that KO, so they can come in and clean up the situation. They know Hebrew Israelites aren't what we say a terrorist group. They don't go around hurting anybody. But why not set up a couple of people, pay them a couple of dollars, put them with stick-on beard? We've seen those guys with stick-on beards. We had guys come to our camps that was literal agents, admitted they were police. Or let me say they used to be police, but they've changed their ways. Yeah, all right. Okay. Anyway, 2nd Ezra 15 and 12, right? Let me go up to 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. This is what we're doing. And cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear none of these imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. This is your unbelievers when we out teaching, and fear not the imaginations of the things that they call us, and we're a hate group, we're Southern poverty law. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Yeah, this is going to come. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, the famine, death, and destruction. And this is part of it. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Right? I will not hold my tongue no more touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them to those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and the righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. Right? The Lord shall surely avenge them. Let me get to the point. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plagues and punishment that God will bring upon it. They that sit till the ground shall mourn. Let me go on down. The sword of destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another with swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition, right? Anarchy, sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor their princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in the power of their hand, in their power. And man shall desire to go in the city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and the men shall be afraid. The reason why I want to go into that, it also says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and the spoil, and their goods, because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation. So the reason why I wanted to go in this, because the scripture says they shall not regard their princes, right? People are going to turn. Iniquity shall abound, lawlessness. The love of many shall wax cold, right? Because of their pride, that's what I wanted to go into. Because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled. Now, the part of that, going into part of their pride, right, is their system, right, and their what they've built and that American dream that they thought they had. They're fighting for that. And this is what the fascism, anti-fascism is all about. They know something is wrong. But what the Lord is telling you is Ecclesiastes 3:15, the Lord requires that which is past. Everybody wants to forget about our slavery. Yeah, but they'll keep up and fund those people in the Holy Land, right? Everybody forgets about what happened to us, but every other nation has some pride or something that they stand for. Even America, the Star-Spangled Banner and so forth and so on. You're going to pay for what you did to the children of Israel. If you're not an Israelite, you ought to be very afraid, right? Very afraid. Especially if you're an Edomite. You in trouble, right? Matthew 24:7, for nation shall rise against nation. Let me go to 6. And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars, seeing that ye may not be troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Right? So you have the rapture that didn't come, and these Christians are bugging out. But all these wars and rumors of wars, but it hasn't, the end is not yet. He's telling you it's not yet. So what the hell is this rapture thing? You know what I'm saying? The rapture thing supposedly is at its end. Anyway, for nation shall rise against nation, which is people against people. That's what that's going into. Ethnos, people against people, and kingdom against kingdom, and the sword. And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes. Another word for earthquakes is commotions and upheavals and riots in diverse places. Portland, right? Various other places. All these are the beginning of sorrows, and this is pretty much what we see as the beginning of sorrows. So I just wanted to bring that information on fascism and what it actually means, and the hypocrisy of the system, and how we will be linked to a form of fascism, right? Well, let me say we're anti-fascists, I guess. We're against the government. We're against this. So, but the thing about us, we have the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua to help us through this walk. We don't need to walk up and down the street. Those Edomites, some of them might be Jake, they're trying to keep America, that they're still promoting the mega thing, right? But we're not. We've had enough. It's time to be delivered. On the Lord's time, of course. We want deliverance, the elect. That's all I have on that. Shalom.